Welcome to Day 5's of Bills training camp. Wrapping it up, Ryan. I'm Lance Lysowski. He's Ryan O'Halloran. We just watched the Bills' first padded practice of training camp, Ryan. Any immediate takeaway?
Well, my immediate takeaway is that Lance does a great job of holding the camera, even though highway traffic is blowing by. But we're walking out of the dormitory. This was a big nothing burger today. First day in pads. A lot of inside run stuff, which needs to be done, but isn't too splashy. But I think the main takeaway, and you can get in this in a second, is I think they changed practice because they are so banged up at tight end and receiver already that they just want to get some low risk stuff done. But that's, I don't know if it's concerned yet, but it's definitely a list of prominent guys.
Yeah, we're not into August yet, so of course there's time for guys to heal up. We don't know how severe those injuries are. Dawson Knox was taken off the non-football injury list on Sunday, so that's some progress. He didn't practice yet, though. The big news of the morning, Ryan, was Dalton Kincaid's injury.
Yeah.
Knee, and it'd be one thing if it was an injury, but it's a knee. It's knee soreness. He told, Jay Skursky, the Buffalo News, back in May that he played through multiple injuries to both knees in the second half of last season.
Yeah, and that play happened on Sunday right in front of me. It was a three-person collision between Milano, Benford, and Kincaid. And it was a car crash, but all three guys got up. But obviously there was some residual effects on Kincaid. Hey, this guy is important. To me, it's Shakir and Kincaid. This passing game goes through them. Even though Keon Coleman, they expect better things from him in year two, but you have to have a slot guy like Shakir, which they have, and you have to have a guy like Kincaid who can threaten the middle of the field, down the field, which he wasn't able to do last year. So that's the main takeaway. Terrell Bernard, hamstring, he'll be back, but they did one-on-ones at full pads. I'll throw it back to you. Anything stand out about when the linemen finally got to rattle the cages?
Hey, the offensive linemen, they won most of those individual one-on-one drills. Osiris Torrance, pancake Dwayne Carter. A pretty good rep from Deion Walker, but he didn't finish. He wasn't violent to get past the blocker, and he was reminded by Bobby Babich how to finish that play because it was a good start, but he didn't finish. And that's, these rookie D linemen, they're going to be such a talking point, especially as we get closer to the season. And again, with pads coming on, Ryan, they did one-on-ones, receivers and corners, and Maxwell Harrison. He lined up against Keon Coleman a lot today, and that seemed pretty deliberate to see how a rookie corner really handles a bigger, more physical receiver like Coleman.
Yeah, and I asked Jamarcus Ingram about that yesterday facing Coleman, and what Jamarcus said, who always gives great insight, he goes, Coleman forces you to match force with force at the top of the route because he's 6'4", he's 210 plus pounds. So it really is a good opportunity for these corners to go against a bigger man and see where their technique is there.
Curious about the linebackers. Terrell Bernard, as you mentioned, I expect him to be back soon. He was on the field going through checks and really leading that defense during some install. Dorian Williams is still out, though, which means bigger opportunity. Balen Spector needs to stay healthy.
Yeah.
They're really counting on him. Shaq Thompson, the veteran that they brought in right before mandatory minicamp, and Joe Andreessen.
Yeah, and Joe Andreessen was a great story in training camp last year. The area native, the UB product. He's a good football player, and they're going to count on him to be a special teams core guy. I think with Balen Spector, if he can stay healthy through camp, I think he's got a spot. But, Dorian Williams, because he's injured, he can't take Bernard's spot on the practice field. So that means Spector got a lot of work, and then Thompson got a lot of work with the ones as well.
He's Ryan O'Halloran and Lance Lysowski. We'll have you covered from Buffalo Bills training camp the rest of the way.